Do that other thing. Do the other thing. Yeah, that thing. Alright. Perfect. With this, it should be in perfectly in time for my Twitch to actually be done with the ads by the time the actual stream starts with anything decent. So everybody, welcome, Fookers. We're here with Kazuhira. Blah blah blah. Oh, do you know what I noticed earlier? There's a protection thing that they put in place now for your first match of the day on ranked stuff. On Fortnite. Have they? I just never noticed. Holy shit. I saw the little symbol. Oh, that's so nice. It just starts it up. Today's not the day. It just closes it back down. I've had several matches where if I had known about that, I would have just not wasted my time. Are we expecting anything from Silksong? How... How can Hollow Knight be real when Silksong isn't real? True. They only got like 4 people, and they had to switch engines. Listen, true. And just tell us anything. That's true. He literally every single time he's like, "All right, the part's delayed a little bit, so just hold out." Yeah, I really can't. I can't fault Toby. Toby's a good game developer. Well, he's a good community developer. Judging by the coding of Undertale, where it's just yes and no statements, I won't go too far with the game developer thing yet. Though I haven't actually looked at the code of, God, I can't even think of the name of it. Enjoy the show. No. For us both, immediately. the thought that this is a game and they're just like fucking that's like when Unreal unveiled the one playtest with the car on fire and then they threw an object through it and everybody went, "Oh fuck." Are the devs gonna tell me something straight up? I don't believe them. I 100% believe this is gonna be great. Xbox could surprise me. They've asked enough terrible things or good things that they should only have good things left, right? Team Ninja. Oh my god.
こんにちは。声テクモゲームスチーム忍者の安田文彦です。 今日は皆様にジム忍者が長く大切にしてきたアクションシリーズの新情報を発表できる機会をいただけてとても嬉しく思います。
Flagship
早速ですがこちらを
action
ご覧ください。
games. Hot damn.
Several years ago, the Dark Dragon, youngest of the divine dragon gods, wreaked havoc across the world. The plot was ultimately thwarted through the efforts of a soul ninja. However, Dark Dragon's husk remained, and from this husk fell an endless downpour.
Hey, at least I gave it like a questioning tone. You guys are always like, I really don't think anybody calls you that.
Infiltrated the facility. Commencing mission.
Oh. Oh god. Good thing they're only helping with the action, clearly. That's the only thing that studio is good about now.
No escape.
Is this Revengeance 2? Oh god. A Revengeance 2 taking on Modern America would be insane. I know, that's the worst part, is that it hits it so well. Well, let's also be honest, every other single Metal Gear actually does pretty well at taking on Modern America.
Ryu Hayabusa.
Mighty Kojima just doing his Kojima things.
Whatever your clan is plotting, it ends here.
Oh, we get to be shredded.
So you've come.
The greatest thing, I see action game, and the first thing I think is, I mean, it's getting closer to Devil May Cry. It does actually look pretty solid.
世界中の町人の皆さん、10年以上大変お待たせしました。最強の忍者となり容赦なく襲い来る敵に挑むハイスピードアクション忍者ガイデンのナンバリング最新作として忍者ガイデン4を発表させていただきました。本作はプラチナゲームズさんとの協業で開発を進めています。プラチナゲームズさんのアクションゲームというジャンルにおける実績は言うまでもなく、ベヨネッタやニアオートマタなど素晴らしいアクションタイトルを生み出してこられました。忍者ガイデン4というタイトルを10年以上の時を超えて新たに皆様にお届けするにあたり、より多くの方に新鮮な気持ちでプレイしていただけるよう、新たな世界を新主人公であるもう一人の町人ヤクモで冒険するという形で制作することにしました。先ほどご覧いただいた映像の中で竜はやぶさも登場しておりましたが、彼は今回も物語に密接に関わってきます。なぜヤクモと戦うことになったのか、竜はやぶさが戦う目的は何なのか、本作の物語の中で展開していきます。
任務は必ず成し遂げる。邪魔をするな。
物語は黒竜がもたらした正気の雨によって荒廃した首都東京が舞台となっています。この雨は黒竜がまだ生きている証であり、雨が止まない限り東京に安寧は訪れません。今作の新主人公であり、はやぶさと対をなすカラス一門に所属するヤクモが首都東京で黒竜を倒し、こ
Now that I
の
really
世界
think
を晴らす
about
ため
it,
戦いに身を投じます。
this is what I just wanted Code Vein to be.
これまで忍者ガイデンシリーズで描かれてきたダークでハードな世界観は継承し、
No, I
そ
know,
こにさらに
but just like
火を
the
感じさせる要素
overall
として
like
呪い
thought
や
process
より
behind
混
Code
沌と
Vein
した
and
景
what I
観の
thought
デ
it
ザインを
could
取り入れています。
potentially be.
ステージプレイ中に街が呪いの影響を受け、ビルは崩れ、道は歪み、ヤクモをピンチに陥れることでしょう。
And it
舞台となる
sucked.
東京はとある出来事によって街全体が崩壊し、魔族やヤクモと敵対する勢力が
That's also
ひしめき合
very
う状
true.
態になっており、
You're not
環境
saying
全体がプレ
any.
イヤーに牙を向くように感じられるはずです。
You're not. You're not speaking
前作より
falsehoods here.
絶対的に自由度の増した 険に満ちたステージを
Not many anime games actually like set themselves up for anybody to actually go back and replay them in any way, shape, or form.
レールアクション、スイングアクションなどのダイナミックで爽快なシチュエーションを多く追加しました。これら以外にも
Atlas is a
様々
solid
な
one.
シチュエーションやチャレンジ、
I can see people wanting to go back for like
ステージが
Ninja
進むごとに上
Storm
が
or
っていくテンショ
something.
ンにも驚いていただけると思います。
I'd rather, I don't know, I'd rather fight my way through Naruto again rather than watching it. But I think that's because I can feel like I could go through the games faster than I can watch it.
竜はやぶさに次ぐ新たな町人です。彼にはまだ
That's
若さも
true.
残っていますが、カラス一門を背負う天才忍者でもあり、忍
Fair.
者外伝シリーズにおける忍
I
者
feel
の
like
頂
you
点
and me could just sweep the
竜と
games
肩を並べる
in
次代
just
の
like a
町
couple
人
of
たり得る
days.
人物としてデザインしています。
I remember those boss fights. They were particularly horrible.
そんなヤクモの前に
I
立
guess
ち塞がるのは
like
荒れ果てた東京の治安維
I
持
guess
組織
that's
であり、
more of if
黒竜の
somebody
封印を
creates
守
an
る
anime
竜神
game
島や
and it has a nice
現世に蔓
representation
延
of
す
the
る
story
人
and
ならざる
everything,
者
people might
龍馬
revisit it.
そしてもちろんシリーズおなじみの魔
I
人も
wish
登
we had
場
better
します。
JoJo games.
また現時点では公開していませんが、新たな
We
キ
have
ャラ
one
クターや
fighting game,
シリーズファンの方
and
に
it
喜
didn't
ん
do
でい
that
ただ
well.
ける人物も登場しますので、続報にご期待ください。
Actually, that's a lie. There's
従
other
来のシ
JoJo
リーズか
games,
ら
but
バ
we
トル
just
スピー
haven't.
ドをさらに加速させ
We
目に
just
留ま
haven't
る
had
ス
like
ピード
a
で
like a
人の攻防を
storyline
繰り広げる
JoJo
ことができ
game.
ます。さらにヤクモが使える新要素、結節忍術ヌエの型を駆使したダイナミックな攻撃によってこれまでから大きく進化した
Ooh,
一
you're
対
right.
他の戦闘を可能にしました。ヌエの型ではこれまでの忍者ガイデン
You're
にはない
also
広範
100%
囲か
correct.
つ一撃必殺
Except
の攻撃
Sonic.
となって
Sonic
おり
nailed it.
多勢に無限の状態が長く続く戦況を一気に覆すことができます。もちろん1対1の戦闘における比率も健在です。
And now that I think about it, what is the point of it? I could, we could still get away with these guys in real life. If One Piece can get away with
敵
it.
の動きをしっかりと捉えながら一瞬の隙を逃さずに攻撃を仕掛けていくことが重要です。ヌエの方によって忍者ガイデンのアクションの違いにさらなる進化を感じられるかと思います。
The worst part was you saying it and me remembering
特
the
にア
exact
クションに関しては
episode.
手触り、バランス調
Like
整
they've
など
done so many
細部にわたり
Japanese
日々議論させてい
crossovers,
た
but
だ
I
き
know the
会社
fucking
の垣根
god
を越
damn
え
it.
た密なやり取りをさせていただいています。本
It's
作
like
の主
King
人
of the
公
Hill
であるヤ
coming
クモは
this season of
竜とは
Fortnite
一味
energy.
違うアクションを有していますが、その中でもしっかりと忍者ガイデンらしさを感じていただけると思います。例えばカラス、ヌエ、2つの型があ
It's
るという
great.
点が
It's
ヤクモの大
wonderful.
きな
It's
特徴で
something
す
I
が、
never
それ
thought
ら
I
が持つ
needed. Now I just need the
性能のアクショ
Venture
ンを用い
Bros
て
next.
敵や状況ごとに使い分ける攻略の深みや
You run around
実
as
技などを絡めた抑揚ある
Ooh,
スピーディーな
true.
攻防
Oh god, if they
もちろん
had
ヤクモでも
fucking
健在
American
です。
Dad, well, that's
ヤ
it.
クモと
I
竜
already
は
got
やぶさは
Futurama.
それぞれがかなり異なる個性的な遊び心地になっていますので、さまざまな戦闘バリエーションを
God,
楽し
they
む
are
ことが
really
でき
giving
る
it
ように
this
なって
all
いま
for
す。
this Ninja Gaiden.
ヤクモ、そして竜はやぶさの双方で飛燕、伊豆直しなど
Goes back
シリーズお
and
な
looks
じみ
just
のアク
all
ショ
the
ン
way
を
on the
駆使しつつ
PS2
新
instead.
アクションを
You
織り
know
交
how
ぜ
much more
た
horrible
新
that
しい
would be.
忍者ガイ
I
デン
think
に
it
ご
was on
期待ください。
I think you're right though. I think the last one was on PS3.
忍者ガイデンシリーズに色濃く残っている歯ごたえやグレードの高いアクション体験の継承、さらに我々プラチナゲームズの特徴であるスピーディーなアクションやダイナミックな演出も取り入れ、進化した正当続編を作り上げるべく総力を挙げて開発を進めております。
容赦ない敵とのいかなる攻防にもフェアに戦える手触りをヤクモでも目
Let's
指
not
していま
count
す。
the Master
皆様に
Collection
進化した忍者ガイデンを触
for
っていただける日
for
を楽しみに
obvious
しています
reasons, probably. So
シリ
let's
ーズ
go
フ
with
ァンはも
Ninja
ちろんの
Gaiden
こと、
Z.
忍者ガイデンを初めてプレイする方でも存分に
PS3
楽しめる作品になっておりますので、ぜひ
You
お待
were
ち
you
く
were
ださい。
spot on.
長年にわたってプラチナゲー
100%.
ムズさんと共にまさに忍者のように潜んで忍者ガイデン4の開発を進めてきま
Oh
したが、
god, that was
ついに発表
hilarious.
することができて
Bravo.
非常に嬉しく思います
Nailed it.
2025年秋に本作を皆様にお届けできるのを楽しみに
Okay,
しています。
that explains it. They came out with
続報にもぜひご期待ください。
the Master Collection for the Ninja Gaiden stuff in 2021 during COVID. And that comes with
さて、本日お
Ninja
伝え
Gaiden
したい発表は
Sigma,
それ
Sigma
だけではありま
2,
せん。こちらを
and
ご覧くだ
Ninja
さい。
Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I'm guessing Sigma is fucking a remaster of the original 1 and 2. Itagaki had no direct role in Sigma and judged it a flawed game. Although he acknowledged that Sigma gave PlayStation owners a taste of Ninja Gaiden. It's similar. Wait, what? Oh shit? Are we still on Ninja Gaiden?
And thus the sun sets on the dragon ninja bloodline.
There's too many Asian sword games coming out, and I'm tired of it. Didn't we see Phantom Blade X or whatever as well not too long ago? Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
忍者ガイデン2のオリジナル版は2008年に Xbox 360で発売し、バイオレンスな表現とハイスピードなバトルを皆様にお楽しみいただいた作品です。今作忍者ガイデン2 Black では
Are you telling me are you telling me that Black is a remaster of the other ones? God, this is so confusing.
綺麗なグラフィックでお楽しみいただけるのはもちろん、リュウハヤブさんに加え
No, I know, but it says Black too. Which I was just like, okay, but how are we?
コンソール、PC、そして Xbox ゲームパスでこの後すぐに発売となります。
So I need you to know that the original guy who made Ninja Gaiden also made his own remaster style, and it was called Ninja Gaiden Black.
忍者ガイデン4の発売前にぜひ本作をお楽しみください。
Well, what I'm telling you is that the Ninja Gaiden Black was a reworked compilation of the original Ninja Gaiden and the 2 Hurricane packs. So it took a bunch of the additional stuff you would have unlocked and put it on the actual game and things. Like stuff that was exclusive to the arcade cabinets and stuff at the time. I'm in a second. Imagine being the creator of a game and you're like, I hate Sigma, so I'm just gonna release a second Black too. True.
Hi, and welcome to Compulsion Games here in Montreal, Canada.
Oh.
At our studio, we care about world building, and we treat the setting almost like a character of its own. From the magical noir of Contrast to the alternate history of We Happy Few, we draw inspiration from the landscape to shape mood, drama, and intrigue.
That makes sense, that they were the creators
For
behind
South
We
of
Happy
Midnight,
Few.
our third-person action-adventure game, the story and characters bring a folkloric Deep South to life. This
What
gave
if I
us
don't
a
want to be
chance to
Southern?
explore Southern Gothic themes with a dark fantasy twist. So while our protagonist Hazel is at the forefront of our story,
out of everything everybody's been complaining about games recently, it'd be really funny to choose the hill to die on as what if I don't want to be Southern?
It is really picking up out there. Did you pack everything?
Mama,
Real Bayou
this ain't my
Billy
first
in this
hurricane.
game.
I know what to do.
As long as you didn't forget the
Flashlights and batteries.
Oh, shoot, we got 5 minutes. Let's go.
Won't be rushed if you didn't.
Don't mumble. Speak on it.
I honestly think it
we
is,
would be rushed if you didn't waste all that time.
for
at the
artist's
shelter.
sake, it is
Now,
really funny
you wanna
that
bring
we've
this
gone
up
from,
right now.
we don't
I'm
need
just
60
saying.
FPS,
Hazel,
instead
please.
we're going to aesthetically
We
make it
might
run
need
at
some
24
help. I might
FPS
need some
like
help.
movies
While
in
you're
this
out
day and
helping
age.
everybody else.
Hazel.
True.
Hazel may
I
start
think
her
it really
journey as a
depends on the
typical
game, right?
19-year-old,
If it's more
but
actiony, I'd rather have higher
disastrous events will
frames.
push her into a darkly magical world where
But
she'll
like
learn who she
Telltale
really is.
games and games like
And
this,
how to
where
tap
you're
into
going
weaving.
through like a
An
narrative-driven
ancient
things.
magical power that redefines perspective. The land itself
When you're
chooses
going
Hazel as a
between
weaver.
cutscenes and choices.
Someone who can see beyond the surface and tap into a deeper reality, the grand tapestry. Weavers can see the fabric binding our world,
The FPS
connecting
counter's like
people,
at like
nature,
361, and
echoes of
everybody's
the
like,
past.
why? Why do you need that eye?
Hazel can perceive both the mystical strands
Bro,
and
what if I need
stigmas
that
in the
extra
world.
FPS to dodge those
Through her
Wendigos and those
newfound
quick time
power,
events?
she reweaves these stigmas and mends the afflicted creatures
If you
she
cannot
encounters.
press the right button
As Hazel
within
discovers her
that
power,
like
the
15
world
whole
gradually
seconds
shifts
it gives
into
you.
the surreal, revealing that creatures from the old folktales actually exist.
Oh my god.
Up here. My salvation.
Among them is good old Catfish, the storyteller who becomes both the guide and companion to Hazel across the game.
If this
it ain't
is,
every day I hear about a new weaver such as yourself.
you
Would
know,
you kindly do
that's the
your
one
weaver
thing
thing
I
and
hate
help me down?
about like the
Meeting
US is that we
Catfish
got no
marks the true
mythical
beginning
creatures
of Hazel's
behind
journey.
us.
All of Hazel's arsenal and powers are designed around textile crafting and traditional spinning wheels. Her weapons include a spindle,
Bigfoot.
2 weaving hooks, and a distaff. Her magic abilities manifest with supernatural lace-like patterns, blending the traditional craft with mystical elements. Hazel engages with the world through a variety of movement abilities.
Yeah.
Those abilities also help Hazel progress on a journey.
As her
Man,
journey
when
unfolds,
are we
Hazel
gonna get
will
like a
master
myth
new
game
weaving
or a
ghosts, using
cryptid
them
game?
to traverse the world, conjure objects, and confront adversaries.
Combat is about understanding and adapting to different enemy archetypes known as Aints, the manifestations of corruption Hazel encounters.
These Haints trap Hazel in combat until she unravels them, destroying them in the process.
Each Aint has its own unique moveset, strengths, and weaknesses that you'll need to learn and adapt to. For example,
God, I remember
the slug burrows on the
before I
ground
fucking
and
bought
unleashes
that.
devastating strikes from afar, while the Ravager closes the distance with chilling speed. Hazel can counter these threats with agile melee abilities to execute powerful combos, jump attacks, and charge attacks. But close combat is risky and can backfire
How can I
because Aints
describe
have powerful
this?
defensive abilities.
It's like they made a really
Mastering your
beautiful
magical
world,
skills becomes the key to gaining
and it
upper hand
feels
in
like
combat.
the combat is
Push,
necessarily
pull, and
not
weave
on the top
are
of
some
the
of the
list,
spells
but it
at your
feels like
disposal
we're gonna do a
that
lot of
give you a
combat in the
tactical
game.
advantage during a fight. Timing is everything.
I'm looking at the controls and
distant enemies
everything, and I'm
close
like,
to start
okay, they're
melee
nice, they're
combos,
simple, they're
Put
straightforward.
them back to
Like,
interrupt
yeah,
and stun their attack. Then
but
press
they
the advantage
seem a
with
little
follow-up strikes.
too simple.
Spells interact uniquely with each enemy type,
I worry that
creating
you're going
dynamic
to
combat
eventually
scenarios,
cycle through all of the combat,
especially
and
when
then
facing
eventually it's
multiple
just
types
going
of
to feel like the
opponents
same
at the
thing
same
all
time.
the way up until the end of the game.
Once near death, enemies can be unraveled, breaking their core and setting them free of their corruption, which has the added benefit of providing L-boosts and reducing
You know
ability
how it'd be.
cooldowns.
Like a God of
If you play your
War
combos
adds, I
right,
feel like
you can
weapons at
enhance
the right
Hazel's combat
times.
readiness
So
and
you
keep on changing
you
her
start
abilities.
mixing it up, you change up your
As Hazel
combat
progresses
style.
in the game, she unlocks new moves and improved abilities. And you'll have to
My
decide
exact
which
concern
areas
was
to
addressed in the
prioritize.
next panel.
The upgrades will change how you approach combat, like enhancing area of effect attacks, or refining push and pull skills to improve precision and make them feel more rewarding. The combat system is fast and responsive, built around chaining attacks, lending
We haven't had a
precise
lot of
strikes and
whip
unraveling
style
enemies.
You mind if I take a
combats.
look around? You can see every place old Molly terrorized and more. Now for the low, low
Just
price of
because
$1.
one game came out
Hazel search
recently
for
with
her
a
mother,
dude who
you'll
uses a
explore
whip doesn't mean
multiple
we've
regions,
had a lot of
each
whip
ruled by a
combat.
mythical creature with their own Southern Gothic history. You'll gradually uncover the backstories of these beings.
Wasn't everybody's
once
son
human or
said
animal,
son
who were
intrigue with
transformed by
whip
tragedy,
combat?
their secrets waiting to be discovered. As a
Oh,
weaver,
God.
Hazel heals these creatures by collecting fragments of haunted memories. We call these echoes, which reveal each creature's past. Hazel must experience these echoes before she can mend them.
You know, this gives me a Life is Strange
What
vibe
kind
on
of
the
person would
opposite
do
end.
that to someone?
We design each region to reflect the creature that's been doomed to wandering.
It's like Life is Strange if it had a better
From the
combat
atmospheric
system.
environment to unique music themes composed for each one.
Nah, you
While
sort of
not
just
all
run
encounters
around and
lead to
shine
direct combat,
flashlights on
Hazel
people
will
and
need to
stuff.
face mythical creatures in epic confrontation before she can heal them. Our boss encounters and gameplay sequences also reflects the uniqueness of each creature, with distinct mechanics that center around a specific thematic. These encounters feature multiple phases that ramp up in complexity. As the encounters progress, the musical theme builds up, cranking the tension alongside the fight. Whether it's Two-Toed Tom or hugging Molly, each of these larger-than-life creatures is inspired by Southern folklore and lead to climax.
I remember the story of Peter Pan and the crocodile. And
South of Midnight unfolds as a hero's journey, and as Hazel, you'll travel through a tapestry of Southern-inspired landscapes. From abysmal swamps to flooded farmlands to the
oh my god, yeah, I remember that. Fucking just removes his fucking to get some shitty wooden hands in.
Reclaimed by nature,
oh my
stand
god.
moments away from a hungry Rugal.
They were on their
and
search
as Hazel
for
delves
Candy
deeper,
Island.
reality bends ever more toward the fantastical.
The history, landscape, and folklore of the American Deep South fill our world, and our team has infused the game with thoughtful details and environmental storytelling, like our bottle trees
Honestly,
and
it
paint
looks
porches,
really
which are said to
interesting
ward
as
off
a game
evil
concept.
spirits. The Way to the Past emerges as central themes, which you can see through old abandoned buildings and businesses struggling to survive. As you explore, you'll meet locals who stayed behind even in the face of a hurricane.
So I'm the last person left here. All those damn haints. This part of the river's filthy with them.
Artistically, we're staying true to our Moody Compulsion signature style. But this time, we're using a handcrafted approach inspired by stop-motion animation.
It's really
which allows
funny
our team to bring a distinct personality and tone into every
FPS
cropping
stop
character.
motion.
Because this folklore is open to visual interpretation,
we're trying to make it look like you're lagging, but you're still moving smoothly, which I bet it looks awkward right now just to the eye, but probably in hand feels a lot smoother.
At Compulsion Games, we love
I definitely think the stop motion
central themes.
probably takes more
We're lucky
place
to
during
have talent
the
across all our
cutscenes and
disciplines
everything, not
that
in
collaborate to
the...
give South of Midnight such a unique personality. We hope you enjoy
The
this
effect
deep
will
dive
probably
into
be a
South
little
of
bit
Midnight.
noticeable
We're
if they
thrilled to
are
announce
trying
that
to
the
make
game
your
will launch
character
on
look like
April
that.
8th, and pre-orders are now available on Xbox and Steam.
That's so messed up. I never thought about what would happen if a game company started just releasing movement animations, but they took out frames for it. They just made it jittery, so when you actually jump, you just like, you still do it, but you're just like missing massive amounts of frames. So it just duplicates them to the other ones.
Bonjour everyone. We are Sunfall Interactive and welcome to our manor. We are a small studio based in Montpellier, France, working on our first game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a turn-based RPG set in a fantasy version of late 19th century Belle Epoque France.
I was actually really interested in this game as well.
Our grand adventure in game development actually started as a solo passion project. I wanted to create something like the JRPGs with turn-based combat I grew up with and loved, but that fully leveraged the latest tech, refreshed the genre with new features, and took place in a compelling world. I knew I needed help to realize my dream. First, I turned to a programmer I knew would get it.
Guillaume and I started trading ideas right away, and that quickly turned into trading files back and forth. Soon, I was creating the first prototypes of the reactive.
I was gonna say, he looks like the
combining
one dude
real-time
from Lonely
offense
Island.
and defense elements, and a cinematic battle camera system. Things really clicked when we tested the first version of those features. We felt we had something both challenging and fun.
As Tom and I went back and forth and iterated on game elements, a vision started to come together, and I shared it with an old friend from university.
Guillaume and I are both passionate gamers, and when he described the project, I quit my job the following week and joined the team without hesitation. Because I believe that in video games, success always starts with a strong creative vision. And we had that, defined by 3 core elements.
You can't
A
tell me
story
that director
with great
doesn't look
emotional
like
depth.
that guy on the right.
Gameplay that innovates in the classics we love. And a world that is completely original, beautiful,
Secretly
and
he's singing
immersive.
Lonely Island,
We founded
moonlighting
Sunfall
it.
Interactive on these tenets. a group of friends with a shared vision and the drive to make something great.
This too is your legacy.
Core to every great RPG is a compelling
I do
story.
like the thought that there's just some
And Guillaume and I
Malifas
spent
and
4
Force
years
just
intensively
constantly
developing and
just
refining
shitting
ours.
on everybody's age.
And that started with the hook. 67 years ago, a massive slumbering paintress and a monolith appeared with no warning. Once a year, the paintress wakes and paints a number on her monolith, and everyone who has passed that age is erased. Every year, that number ticks down, and everyone dies younger and younger. Expeditions depart to kill the paintress, determined to fight until their final breath, but none have ever returned. Our story follows Expedition 33.
This is some Dark Souls type shit going on here.
Expeditioners, we honor your dedication.
Guillaume and I knew early on that we didn't want to focus on good versus evil. What's interesting to us are people who, yes, are flawed, but who care deeply about each other. And conflicts arise because they have different perspectives on what needs to be
The
done.
final dark fantasy.
We wanted our story to feel dark and mature, with adult characters. who
You know,
feel
if we
like
started
real
creating a
people
genre
with
that's
real
just called Final
experiences.
Dark Fantasy, and it's
missing
basically
something
like the
everyone
world's
else just
practically fucked and at its wits'
The heart
end.
of the story
Feel
is
like
about
that's
overcoming an existential threat while struggling with loss
I
and
feel like
grief.
I've played other games like that.
And it's rooted in the characters' relationships, both to each other and to themselves.
What are we gonna do, huh? Tell me. What are we gonna do?
In a world like this, how does one stay hopeful or make peace with their fate? What duty do we owe to each other or to ourselves? These questions are deeply personal to me, and they permeate the story behind the story.
Know that Lumiere fights with you. Tomorrow comes Expedition 33.
The characters all have their own motivations and perspectives. Gustave and Lune are deeply invested in the expedition, even if they fight all the time. To them, the mission is tied not only to their family, it's central to their identity and purpose.
Protocol doesn't cover every contingency.
I mean,
you know that.
to be fair,
Contrast that with
we
Sierra,
already know the
whose
entire
darkest days
premise.
have already
There's a
happened.
big painter
What are the
bitch in the
stars
sky
whispering to
painting a number and we gotta go
Actually,
defeat her.
I'm the one
We're working on
whispering
bare
to
bones
them.
material already.
It's something my dad and I used to do.
And Mael,
If they can
who
grow
cares
the
more
characters
about really living
appropriately,
her
I
life,
think it'll be
not
fine.
just living longer.
Gustav, are you
Yo.
real?
It's not all dark, though.
Ooh.
Along the way, they meet various colorful NPCs and recruit Monoko, who is a friendly but kinda
That's fair.
bloodthirsty philosopher and a fully
I'm
playable
doing pretty
character.
good. How you
He has a
doing?
really cool battle mechanic where he can turn into the enemies he defeats.
What are you doing?
We're watching the Xbox Direct, hoping that they have games now.
He's very, very old and has seen many expeditions come and go. He is a Jest Troll,
True.
which are a group of playful beings who view battle as a form of meditation. They're fun and sort of ridiculous. You'll meet Monoko and many other Jest Trolls across the game. And of course, there is Esca, who is one of the oldest and lore-wise the most powerful creatures in the verse.
Esca is that powerful?
It's really funny to just
your mount
actually see a
and help
game
you
company
travel
that
to
looks like
secret
they're having
corners of the
fun
world.
with the game.
If you bring back his special stones, you can unlock abilities for him to access new areas of the world and find exciting secrets.
I'm strong, but I'm not that strong.
Everyone has their own reason for joining
Is-
the expedition, and
is
each of them
wild.
has their own story arc and resolution that we think players will really connect with.
When am I playing Marvel Rivals? We played Marvel Rivals.
In addition to a strong narrative, we had a clear vision for our own take on the genre's core gameplay. Our reactive turn-based system takes the traditional turn-based battle mechanic we love and adds real-time reaction,
I like the menus on it.
which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism. During enemy turns, you can negate all damage by dodging or parrying at the right time.
Ooh.
But balancing turn-based with real-time mechanics took
Parry
a
this,
long
you
time to get
casual.
right. During initial playtests, turn-based players often found the real-time elements too
Who's your
hard.
favorite, Lachlan? Who you been
Some
playing
of us
on Marvel
are still
Rivals?
traumatized by enemies from back then. We've done a lot of rebalancing since, and with a lot of iteration, we ultimately came up with a formula that we're proud of. Players who are good at real-time can take more risks, and others can counterbalance with items and strategies.
Ooh.
A big part of that
so they're
formula
working like
lies in
the
many
FF7
ways
way.
you can customize your
Trying to
character.
balance between real time and
We
strategy.
spend a lot of time designing each character's unique mechanics and their custom skill trees. Our philosophy is making every type of playstyle viable so that everyone can have fun with how they play the game.
That's an ass
Each
ton of
character has a
skills.
unique mechanic. Mail switches between stances which can ultimately boost defense or power. I personally like to make Mel the protector of the group, but I'm pretty much the only one at the studio
Got
who
it in
plays her
big
that way.
damage numbers.
Most people play her as a glass cannon with Gustav's complementary skills. The characters can also equip hundreds of passive effects, which in our
Holy
game
shit.
are called Lumina. Every character has more
Dog,
than 20
that
unique
might be too
skills in their
much.
skill tree and hundreds of passive effects they can gain through Lumina and weapons. So there are a ton of builds and playstyle to explore. Needless to say, we can't wait to see how you choose to play and what kinds of build you'll design.
I
that
feel
we
like this
probably
game is a
never
lot
even
longer than I
imagined.
thought it initially was.
Our story is set in the French fantasy world, and I was really excited to design something unique. Every level has its own color and texture identity. For example, the Gestrel Village is an early area in the game where players can enjoy a fun break. We wanted something that feels chaotic, grungy, and toy-like. It's basically a bazaar. Everything's disorganized, chaos everywhere, huts are unsafe, built without much thought. It's a place where anyone could fight you at any point, which is pretty much what the Gestrels are like. The Gestrel Village is hidden inside the ancient sanctuary. The ideas here were forest, labyrinth, and sentinels. I designed it as a vibrant place, like an old graveyard of Gestrels, or forgotten wooden toys in a box, with two main colors, red and white. I wanted to make it feel cozy, hidden from danger, with traps and labyrinths in case enemies get in. Same process with the characters. Minoko came in a single concept. I thought of a monkey-like body, white fur with a black and red flat mask.
Ladies, could I?
Ow!
Definitely a Gestrel.
For Eske, we
The fact that he
needed a
just
cuddly
wails himself in
companion
the
to
head
take
with
us
the
around
bell is
world. I thought
hilarious.
instantly of a giant inflatable balloon and old Victorian pillows with many intricate motifs. We start with the core themes and ideas, and the visuals grow
This game is
organically from there.
wacky.
From the very start of the project, there was one thing that we absolutely wanted to bring back from older JRPGs. A feature we really loved, but is very rare these days. A completely 3D and navigable world map. Yes, we've got a world map. And it was a real challenge to create, both artistically and technically. And it ended up a lot bigger than we expected. You'll definitely need Eske's help traveling around. We're super happy with the result, though, as there's a lot of side paths and entire hidden levels. If you want to fight the toughest bosses of the game, you will have to explore. Good luck.
That's
We've poured our hearts and souls into this game for the past 4 years.
Oh,
That's
I
why
didn't even think
we're
about that.
delighted to announce that
And both of them are
Expedition
action-based
33
games.
launches on April 24th on Xbox Series X
Yeah.
and S and is available day one with Xbox Game Pass. You can already wishlist the game.
Oh,
and follow
day
us for more
one.
info.
We are super excited to invite
You know,
you to
everybody
the world
keeps
of
telling me
Expedition
that the
34.
Xbox Game
We are a
Pass
small,
is
passionate
like a
team.
good deal.
It's our debut game,
but,
and we can't
I
wait
feel
for
like
you to
it's
discover
high.
our story, our world, and our take on the turn-based genre.
I mean, to be fair, you do get what you
On
need.
behalf of everyone at Sunfall, thank you for joining us. Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Demain viendra.
Demain viendra.
Tomorrow comes.
Oh, yeah. I think this is the last one for the thing. Ooh, yeah. Time to look at that new game.
Welcome to Dallas, Texas, home of id Software, where more than 30 years ago, a small team of game developers helped define and set a course for first-person shooters. A lot has changed since then, but our team is as passionate as ever. And the most important values at the core of our games, innovation, craftsmanship, and performance, remain a priority for us to this day.
And as you're about to see, those values are infused in every aspect of this latest installment in the legendary Doom franchise. It is an honor to work on this game, to carry on its tradition of creating all-out, groundbreaking levels of fun.
So now, we're excited to share with you a look at our most ambitious game yet. This is Doom: The Dark Ages.
That was so stupid, I mouthed the words.
Didn't even say him. Just let him fucking fall out of his mouth.
In Doom: The Dark Ages, you will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell. Set in a cinematic sci-fi fantasy world full of locations to explore, powerful weapons to unlock, and enemies to conquer. This is a prequel to Doom 2016, and that's given us the opportunity to reimagine
How
every
long has
aspect
Doom
of this
Guy been
experience.
alive for?
So if you're new to the franchise, then Doom: The Dark Ages will be the perfect entry point.
I get that
into the
he's like
series.
super
And if
soldier
you're a
man,
longtime
but
fan,
he's been.
then you'll be proud to see, in a lot of ways, the feel of the game is really a return to form. So let's break it down, starting with the combat. In Doom Eternal, you felt like a fighter jet. In Doom: The Dark Ages, you'll be an iron tank. Heavy, strong, but still fast. A grounded combat system with an emphasis on power over the acrobatics of Doom Eternal.
Ooh. I'm liking these tools.
And a balance between enemy projectiles and player movement speed that makes strafing to aim viable again. Just like in the classic Doom games.
Ooh.
But it's not all about nostalgia. Innovation is the goal, always. And so for Doom: The Dark Ages, it's an all-new world with new tools and new mechanics to master. Let me introduce you to the Shield Saw. Block. Throw. Parry. Deflect. All from one input.
I remember Gears of War.
Single button press. You know, we want every Doom game to stand on its own. As
Put a
unique
chainsaw on
experience.
everything.
So in 2016, we asked you to run and gun. In Doom Eternal, it was jump and shoot. And in Doom: The Dark Ages, you're gonna stand and fight. And the Shield Saw will give you the strength to go head to head with some of the biggest, baddest demons we've ever created at id. But that's not all. Because if you're gonna stand and fight, then you gotta have something to follow up that opening parry with.
The fact that it appears that you can just parry everything with your Doom Guy is pretty solid.
Or even a Doom spiked mace. That's right, we have 3 melee options that are part of a melee system. All on one input, complete with combos and upgrades. And it's totally awesome.
That thing looked really solid, I'm not gonna lie.
Unsynced,
Just walloping him? God.
Glory kill system. From any angle, in and out, as you see fit. And it feels amazing.
That's really nice.
You'll feel unstoppable, smashing your way through the horde with total freedom.
So they tried.
And that seems like a ton.
They
but that's
tried
just
to
2
evolve the
inputs.
combat, but
We got
also make
one
it feel
more
like
really
classic
important
Doom,
button
which is
that we
really
haven't
nice.
talked about yet. The trigger.
Oh yeah, I love that we got to see that that one where it's just their skulls.
That's right, we've saved the best for last. Doom has and always will be all about the guns. And Dark Ages has some of the most ridiculously powerful weapons that we've ever created.
That's a lightning cannon? Hot damn.
Mean. Ancient. Brutal torture machines built to butcher, impale, and shred the minions of hell with. Only in Doom. That's the mission statement for the design of these never-before-seen, insanely fun-to-use tools of mayhem that only the Slayer has the power to wield. So let's take a look at some extended gameplay footage.
True.
And see
If I
how
ever
these
thought of
medieval
anybody who was
mechanics
just going to go up
synergize
to
with the
any one of
enemies
these
and the
large
environments
creatures and
to
parry
form
it
the
no
new
matter
combat
what,
loop for
it
Doom
would
the
be
Dark
it would be
Ages.
the Slayer. I know, right? Dude, I was gonna make a separate joke. I was gonna be like, man, that Gears pre-sequel looks fucking insane. Ooh. This is really nice. I like the
And under the hood,
the
for the
smoothness
first
of
time
it
in
all.
an id game, we've made our combat more approachable and flexible than ever before, with a new difficulty system and sliders that will allow players to tune the speed and challenge of the game to whatever fits them best. You can slow things down or speed them up. It's a Doom for all Slayers.
Oh.
And the gameplay doesn't end with just the Slayer. We finally have for you, you've been waiting for 2 games now, to get in and pilot your very own 30-story Atlan, which is a mech. It's the size of a building. It's powerful. And you can beat giant Titan-sized demons to death with your gauntleted fists. And if that wasn't enough,
We get
we also
mechs.
have for you your very own fire-breathing
And apparently Flyzodes.
Neither of these are one-and-done features either. They have a full suite of abilities and even mini-bosses. The spectacle is epic. The power
This is
fantasy
wild,
is
honestly.
unlike anything we've made it in. And the combat systems behind these features are deep and tons of fun. And as cool as all that is, we know that fans of single-player action games expect more than just
I
great
just like the
combat
thought
to
of
pull them through
the dude
experience.
guy just got
So we're
constantly
excited
breaking
to
down
share
the
with you
walls
not
and
just the
running through
gunplay,
shit.
but the world of Doom the Dark Ages. Your hero's journey will take you to the far reaches of the Doom universe. Mysterious worlds from the Slayer's past, dark forests, dungeons, ancient hellscapes, battlefields, and worlds beyond. And through exploration, you'll be unlocking new abilities and godlike powers every step of the way. Now armed with your trusty shield saw.
I don't know what
you're
that
gonna
ghost energy was.
leap, and
Look at
smash
a
your
little
way through
spooky.
environments full of secrets and treasures. There's always something new waiting to be discovered or destroyed. Now let's take a closer look at just one of the many missions you'll experience in Doom the Dark Ages. In this level, you will meet the enemy at the gates and save a city from certain destruction. Explore the
just
medieval
love his
battlefield
outfit.
outside the castle walls. Seeking out targets
Just the
and
mix of
enemy
like
formations
Doom's
along the
regular
way
outfit
to
with the
engage
furs and
as you
everything.
see fit, with any gun you choose. Explore what is the largest play space ever in a Doom game, discovering secret caves and dungeon-like mines in search of vital resources. You control the pace of the game. Where you go, who you fight, and the objectives you pursue.
Dude.
It's a Doom sandbox full of
I already
lore and
saw
riches.
like 12 different worlds. What
Once
the fuck?
you've broken the enemy assault, head back to the main gates because the battle isn't over yet. And the soundtrack to your epic adventures will be composed by the award-winning team at Finishing Move, providing you with a metal
They did
soundscape
what to
that's
their move?
loaded with guitars, medieval vibes, and pure adrenaline. You'll feel like you're expanding the legend of the Slayer with every mission you complete. And speaking of that legend, the story of Doom the Dark Ages, like everything else in the game, is big. It's a summer blockbuster event. with
Yeah, we
everything
can
on the
tell.
line,
Jesus
and
Christ.
You are the star of the show. Your power is coveted by your enemies and withheld from your allies. With the Slayer imprisoned at the start of our story, the balance of power between good and evil is shifting, and time is running out. It's a new story and the perfect entry point for new players. It's easier to access now as we've taken the narrative out of the codex and into the cutscenes, featuring new characters, old allies, and powerful new villains. And for returning players, it leads directly into the Doom 2016 Slayer's Testaments. It's an action story worthy of the Slayer's legend.
Ooh.
We've got 10 years of making modern Doom games together, and we've done better with every game we've made.
The hope with all this, the goal, is to give players an experience that's as fun to play as it was to make. And make something that's good enough to become the best game id has ever made.
But that is for you to decide. When Doom the Dark Ages releases...
Honestly, this is one of the games I was most excited about, but this entire stream has been filled with some bangers. They showed a lot more gameplay of each one of these games than I thought they were going to do. Loopers.
You will feel like the superweapon in the center of a medieval war against hell.
All of Hazel's powers are designed around textile crafting and spinning wheels. The combat system is built around chaining attacks and unraveling enemies.
Our reactive turn-based system has a real-time reaction, which gives combat greater intensity and dynamism.
I'm actually excited for each one of these. Especially because I just feel like Ninja Gaiden is making its way towards this. We get them all with Game Pass. Woo. Alright, so for anybody who is wondering, we got updates on we got updates on 4 games, all of which we've already seen. But we got to see more of them, so I don't think it was a complete waste of time. How'd you feel about it? True, they could have showed off literally anything else. Fair. Yeah, this is, yeah. A little rough, I do admit. It's nice to know that, they're releasing a Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. So that'll be nice for people who want another official... Oh, shit. Well, everybody enjoyed Ninja Gaiden being back in some way, shape, or form. I believe the third Ninja Gaiden is still part of that other one, but for that other bundle collection, you get the Sigma versions of both of them. So do with that what you will. Sigma nuts. My God, though. True. I think it'll be fine. I also think I think it'll do better than we think it's going to. It depends, really, how each one of these games controls. It's fair, it's fair. You're making good points. True. I think it will depend on what they do in between here and now, or here and when it actually gets released in the fall. The fact that they're adding in the classics and everything and trying to bring them into more prevalence and everything is probably a better push than most. Doom doesn't need to do anything. That already looks sick. Expedition 33 I thought was going to be more like the Order 1886 game, but now that we actually got gameplay and everything, I'm like, man, that thing looks sick. Even South of Midnight looks pretty stellar. Honestly, all of these games look competent, well thought out, and may be good. Yeah, I'm not. Yeah. South of Midnight. Yeah. I think it's really funny that if people's main complaints are between Expedition 33 and South of Midnight, maybe Ninja Gaiden will get a little bit of a love bump from it. Virtual Fighters coming back, man. Classic games are coming back, man. I swear. True. Also true. Yeah, how much is now that I'm thinking about it, let's go over to the Steam. Let's see where Ninja Gaiden falls price wise and where you would even start. The Master Collection is there immediately. That's what I love to see. There's several. There's several Master Collections. That's good to see. I think the worst part is probably that it just is oh, that's ooh. Ninja Gaiden 2 except it's ass. That's great. I think their main problem was definitely the fact that they just didn't put the I'm happy that a black version of 2 is coming out. Or it came out. Well, it's funny, the third one didn't really need it, I don't think. To be fair, any game probably needs a remaster anyways. True. Yeah, the Master Collection comes with 3, just regular 3, which is nice, but it's got Sigma and Sigma 2 in it. And that's everybody's main complaints. That's very fair. I also, it was like one of the original Dark Souls type style games where you just gotta rail your head against it. You gotta memorize the patterns. You gotta just do shit. But maybe we're in a whole new place where people like the challenge. Maybe Kai will do a Ninja Gaiden stream. Dude, that was such a sad turn of events. The moment he did that stream, everybody was just like, man, he really let us down. I said, I agree. Nah. Also true. yeah, apparently you're only getting Ninja Gaiden 2 Black on Xbox. Wait, actually, hold on. I'm looking for the original Ninja Gaiden Black. That's what I'm looking for. I don't want 2. Damn it. Why'd there have to be an announcement for 2 today? Ah, damn it. Everybody is... God damn it. You know that point when you're just trying to look for one thing and you can't find it at all? True. It's Ninja Gaiden's fault for having such confusing shit. I feel like the solution I can tell everybody from right now is I don't think there is an existing version of Black 1 on PC. Which is funny to me. Well, don't worry, we got all the other ones. I like how the second one's supposed to be available today. I don't even see it. How dare they? How dare they not update their Steam page immediately? Koei Tecmo. But yeah, that was probably about it. That's our main things about what we watched today. Hope everybody enjoyed. Yeah. See you next one. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, all the good shit. Phoning in the ending.